My proposed lesson plan is a lesson prepared for a Year 6 class, learning English literacy from the Australian curriculum. The students will be required to take part in an informal spelling and phonics worksheet assessment. The anticipated lesson outcome is the knowledge of phonics and words, as well as demonstrating an understanding of how to use phonic knowledge. This includes accumulated understandings about blending letter sound relationships, common and uncommon letter patterns, and phonic generalizations to read and write increasingly complex words. The ATSL standard I am seeking to address is 3.1, establish challenging learning goals and set learning goals that provide achievable challenges for students of varying abilities and characteristics. The learning intention is that students will be able to identify how a word sounds and the different word patterns within using phonic knowledge. The success criteria is students can demonstrate the ability to read and recognize letter sound combinations and letter patterns to assist them in spelling more advanced words. The students would have prior knowledge and a basic understanding of phonics, fundamental sentencing, and letter combinations. My ideal teaching strategy for this lesson is using the acronym SLURP. SLURP stands for Say the Word Carefully and Slowly to Yourself. Listen to each part of the word, sounds in sequence. Look at the patterns of letters in the word and the shape of the word. Understand rules, word meanings, and word origins. Relate this word to any other words you already know. And practice writing the word until it is firmly fixed in memory. This strategy individualizes learning by allowing the students to adapt a new nature of spelling through repetition and a thorough use of their senses to provide a basis for learning unknown words and letter patterns. If used in a safe and supportive classroom environment, which I will implement, SLURP will actively contribute to the wider vocabulary and knowledge of phonics. The differentiation strategy I will be applying is modifying the worksheet for the different levels of support required for individual students. Thus meaning, I would provide them with the same task but change the vocab list based on differing abilities. In addition, I will rearrange the students' seats in the class in a way that some of them can receive extra help from me, as opposed to other students who are more capable of learning on their own. This enables me to support the students and participate in the lesson content to the best of my ability. Assessment for learning and planned feedback. I will be using weekly informal Year 6 literacy assessments in my lesson plan, comprising of 2 modified spelling and phonic worksheets. I will be encouraging students' engagement and inclusivity education through feedback using positive reinforcement. As these worksheets are weekly spelling tests, 1 week I will correct their work and collect, interpret, and analyse the student data to therefore give individualised student feedback and assessment. Then the next week it will take the form of peer marking. So the student's elbow buddy marks their work and they provide feedback with 1 positive and 1 negative. Through using peer assessments, students will gain a valuable understanding of developing and learning holistically with those around them. To conclude, by using weekly informal Year 6 literacy assessments in my lesson plans, combined with the appropriate use of teaching, differentiation, and assessment learning strategies, I'll be able to support my students and adhere to any of their individualised needs to help them grow into the best learner they can be possibly in relation to literacy, phonics, and spelling knowledge.